we are on. Welcome back, guys, to the Artful podcast with a new episode. But before we get into the episode, don't forget to subscribe. Click that button. It's free. Why you shouldn't? Just do it. Subscribe. Keep in touch with us. Don't forget to share this podcast with everybody that you know and that might like art, and they want to listen to somebody talking about art for like 40 minutes. So I am really excited for this episode because it's gonna be the first episode of a long series of interviewing. Yes, that's what we are doing today. We are interviewing artists. Is basically the main reason why I start the podcast, and but I wanted to do practice a little bit on talking. That's why I waited for like 7 episodes till now to start interviewing artists. And I'm really excited about this artist that I'm going to talk with today, and she is great. I always admire her. She's really good. It's actually one of my favorite artists that I actually know in person, and we did some study together, and I've been knowing her for years now, and I feel is gonna be it will be a good person to start this interviewing, this chatting with artists, because I will feel quite comfortable, and I've been talking to her for a while now. So we did spoke before, and we did speak about art and stuff. So her experience, my experience, and I just admire her. She's great, and we're gonna do I'm gonna do some questions. She will answer, and it's gonna be great. Hopefully, I will find. My plan is to find one artist. If it's not every week, every other week. So I will interviewing friends and people that I think they're good and I like them, and I will just talk to them and just chatting for how long that we want about art. And I think I've got some really interesting people, so stay tuned, check it out. That's why you need to press that subscribe button so you can stay in contact with us, and let's dive in. The name of the artist, LYENA, and that's our studio chat. And for the first studio chat, we have LYENA with us. Is an artist that I admire a lot, as we been working together for a while. And yeah, LYENA, how you doing? You alright?
Yeah, I'm alright, thank you. You alright?
Yeah, it's all good. Thank you for coming on the podcast and give you your precious time.
That's okay.
You're always working, so you're always doing something.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna do some question. We're just gonna talk. We're just gonna have a little chat. Nothing too crazy, if it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Wonderful. So what you been doing lately?
Well, trying to, because of the virus and stuff, obviously it's hard to be involved in exhibitions and things because it's so closed. So I was working, but also building up my Instagram account to have sales. and that worked
Nice.
quite well lately.
Oh, nice. That's cool. So you are basically a printmaker, most like what you're doing now. It's printmaking, right?
Yeah, drawing and printmaking. Yeah, I just had my studio built at home, so got my press and stuff. So work at home.
That's. Oh yeah, you just built a studio, did you?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, that must be so cool, so nice.
yeah. It is.
I have a little corner, a little space where I work, obviously, but must be the best. Like if you have an actual room where you keep all your stuff and it's your space, and
Yeah, it's not massive, but
yeah, it's
it's good
something.
because I have all the equipment to work at home now,
Yeah,
so I don't need to rely on.
especially in like during the all the corona thing, and
That's it. Yeah,
yeah, you have a
yeah,
space. Like for you as well. Like if you do printmaking, so you need like machine and stuff. You know, just
yeah,
you're not painting anymore. Yeah, that's the thing because we've been like we know each other for a while now. It's what 5 years, I will say.
yeah. Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 5 years we did college together. We did a
Mhm.
foundation course before uni, and then we do 3 years of uni together. And your practice did change quite a lot. Be-
Yes.
yeah, because I remember I always admire like your work, like you always artwork, you always doing something, and that was so always cool to see. Um, and even in college when you were doing mostly like drawing and painting,
Yeah.
is that correct? Yeah. Is because that's what I think kind of connect us in a way as we did stuff like similar stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was doing drawings and painting, which I did stuck with it, and I did try a little bit of printmaking, obviously because of uni and because of college, but I didn't really get into it. And but you go deep into like printmaking, that's what you do, which is interesting. Which is yeah, different because typically like the artist stuck, he gets stuck with what he does. Um, so if you are a painter, you're gonna be a painter for basically like the rest of your life if you carry on doing art. But yeah, you changed and you start doing printmaking, which your prints are great, and I think you had so like such a baggage of skills because of drawing mostly and because of painting. Um, for what I understand, that in printmaking, you can see that because they are so detailed and they're so good. And I usually I don't go crazy for like printmaking. But yeah, your prints are fantastic.
Yeah, thank you. But to be honest, I wouldn't say. I don't know. I think because drawing for me is the main kind of thing.
Mm.
So for me, printmaking, it's drawing just on a different material. So I mainly do etching, and it's just like a drawing on a copper.
Mm.
And that's why for me it's quite important that my prints have some kind of drawing quality in them.
Yeah, you can definitely see that. And why do you do what you do? Like, meaning, why do you, so why you don't just stick doing a drawing? Why do you want it to be a print as well?
Because I think certain um, with certain ideas, print give you better quality of express that because it's a bit darker. Plus, you could do a few copies of it. For example, when you sold your drawing, that will be it. It's gone.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
obviously, when you do print, you do certain number of prints. So you could always make sure you have some.
So in a certain way, it's because like it's more like marketing wise, it's easier for you to sell as well, print and
No, I don't think it's a main.
yeah. It's just a
Yes, some
part
of
of.
it, yeah,
Mm.
but it's not the main reason. I just think it give you with some idea. But they look better as a print.
Yeah. That's and how do you work? Meaning, like, do you have like a ritual? Because I think it's printmaking. It's really almost rituals. Like, so basically, like, you have certain step that you have to do, and you cannot mess with, and you have just to follow the instruction. Is that correct, or you don't really have a plan before you go into?
Well, it's certain rules in printmaking, yes, but I think to me it's interesting as well to see or to say I like to experiment. Obviously, you're still in the rules somehow because it's the chemicals involved and stuff, so you need to work certain way. But it's always interesting to see how far you could push it.
Oh, I see. That's pretty cool. And did you? So is what you try to do with prints, like try to push it and try to push what you can do with it,
Yes.
mostly.
Yes. Yeah, I like to experiment.
And yeah, that's why that's why you choose something. Yeah, something else I wanted to ask you. I never got the chance really. It was you were really technical in drawing, and you still, but it was more like figurative. So if like you will draw like a person, or you will draw like something, but now later you're doing more what can we call it, like abstract, I will say.
Yeah, I suppose you can, yeah.
Yeah, like shapes, and like it's about movement, if I don't get it wrong, right?
Well, it's about anything really. I just have some ideas and for example, like you said, movement, and I just want to work it out how it will look if I draw it, how it look visually. Certain words which you can't, they're not usually expressed visually. I just want to see what they will be like on a paper.
Okay. It feels like it's something like I did during the quarantine, because I couldn't get all the material I wanted, because I never really order online material. So if I
Yeah.
want a canvas, if I want something, I need to touch the canvas. I need to see before what it is. I don't like
Yeah.
buying like blindly what I'm gonna use for art. And some, because I couldn't get that like as soon I wanted, I start using like I don't know if you see it. I did post it like on Instagram. Like installation, I start doing like with object.
Yeah, I saw some of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was just a different way for me to express what I was thinking, but not with a classic like painting of drawing. Mostly because I couldn't get canvases, I couldn't get the actual material, but it was more like to try out what what it was like, try out different things and try to express my idea. So it sounds something like that, which is cool. I think like you can really stuck with the same thing and the same style and the same forever. You just if you need to find something like different for you to express. It's just like an evolution of the artist.
Yeah, I think artists should be able to work with a whole range of materials, because sometimes you have idea you want to do and paint or drawing or other ways it's not possible to use to express that idea. So you have to work in your head which medium you're going to use to express your idea better.
Yeah. It's for me, it was super scary. For example, when I did the last exhibition we did together before the end of the world, that I curated. I did a little installation in the middle of the gallery, where and for me it was because I'm comfortable on putting up like drawings and paintings and stuff like that, because that's what I always did. But it was so scary putting like something, a little installation, something different what you usually do. That it could be scary, but it's always good trying and trying out and doing something that push you out of your comfort zone, the famous comfort zone.
It's definitely is good to come out of your comfort zone time to time, definitely.
And what do you think about, especially in this moment of COVID, what do you think the artists have, what role does the artist have in society? Because I heard some stuff during the COVID which I didn't really agree with it, and I'm really curious of like artists what they think. What do you think right now, for example, the role of an artist is in society? I know it's a big question, but
well, to be honest, to me, artist role haven't changed. COVID or not COVID, it's just artists express what they see or feel. So they kind of visual voice of society, and nothing changed. So to me, it's it's the same. You just do what you do. You visualize your thoughts and feelings. And that's kind of my idea about it.
Yeah, because what I heard, what I was reading, like statistic wise, is basically there was a statistic that basically society certain jobs that society doesn't need right now, and one of the most voted art jobs that people don't need, it was artist, which I disagree, just because I don't see artist just the painter. I don't see artist just the drawing. I see artists even like when you watch a movie. Like what we did during the COVID, during the lockdown, was watching stuff all the time, listen to music all the time.
Yeah. But to be honest, I think especially in hard times like that, people crave for something beautiful or something different.
Exactly.
So specifically in a hard time. So I think in times like these, artists, different kind of artists, musicians, and all kind of creative people need it more than ever, because people want to escape reality, and through art, it's a really good way to do it.
Exactly, my point is literally like what I was thinking, and even just not to be like the mental health of the watching a movie or watching a nice picture. It just like makes your day better or worse, but it changes your mood. Like it's so important. If you cannot get out from your house, that you cannot say like artists in general are not needed in times like this. Obviously, like it's not like nurses. That's not what I'm saying, but it's not the same.
Well, it's totally different thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not the same.
But to be honest, if art is not needed, then why people still buy it? And to be honest, I sell more of my work now than I have before. And to me, it's a proof that people really need art.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. See, that's you're a living proof of what I'm trying to say. That's really interesting. How so you use basically like Instagram. We talked about this a little before. We use basically Instagram to more like to push more your sales.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you think because yesterday I just announced my my like first exhibition basically after the lockdown, after the COVID. It's it's an exhibition online. And it's a buff online art exhibition with the art gallery SW, and I was a little bit skeptical when I was doing it, but because I really wanted to put stuff out there, like, so I decided to do it, and they looked quite professional and good. So I was like, okay, let's try this. And do you think, because especially it was always gonna go there, I think, but because of COVID, because of this pandemic, it's basically what is gonna be.
What do you mean?
Like,
Will art be online?
Yeah, or everything be online, like most of the stuff be online, and yeah, all the movement basically, like galleries going online and stuff, like it's gonna, because we don't know when little normal galleries they are gonna open.
Yes, yes. Well, I think it will be much more online, and you could see many galleries start to using that, putting art online. I think galleries, literal galleries, always still exist, because it's nothing like see paintings or drawings or
Yeah.
any artwork in real life, because you just can't see that online. But it is a good opportunity to show art to more people, to general public who maybe never will go to the gallery to see it. But online it's much easier. You could stay at your home and
Just click a
watch
button.
it.
Yeah.
So I think definitely it will be much more online than it used to be.
Yeah, and this did really push, just shorten the times and make it faster. The transition of get everything's like, it's online. You could work only on, if you did work, you work only online. If you did any sort of jobs, now it's everything online, because you cannot open up. You couldn't until a month ago open stuff up, so you just shorten the times, and people realizing that where everything's going online. Which, I still think that we definitely gonna have galleries and even like little galleries and stuff, because as you said, there is nothing. You cannot compare what, like, seeing something online and seeing a drawing and print or painting in real life. Is just not. It's not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. And something I'm always curious when I talk with like artistic people, and especially if they do it as a profession, because when we went to college, or we went to even uni, we met a lot of people, not necessarily like from our class or whatever. We met a lot of people that you could see they were not there as like they wanted to do as a profession. That's for what that's what I think. That's what the vibe was for me. But especially if somebody's choosing to be a professional artist, which we know it's a fact, it's art. You just need to be on like, you need to be on it all the time. You cannot lack for a week, because you cannot be slacking for a week, because you might lose some selling, or you might lose some customer or something. So why, my question is, why did you choose art as a profession? Because I'm guessing you did some jobs before, maybe like normal jobs.
I done, we all, I think, done some jobs, but I think when you're an artist, kind of in your head, so it's like breathing, isn't it? You just cannot do it. It's so natural, and you just have to follow it. And luckily for me, it's going quite well. So and just follow my dream, really.
Oh, that's so cool. It sounds so easy, but I know there are years and years of like hard work, and it just I wish it was just, oh, let's just follow our dreams and it's fine. It's just sometimes you just face so many walls, then you're like, should I just find a normal job and it's fine, like I will be fine and I'm not gonna be uh, competing with myself every day and try to do better every day. If I just do a normal job, that it's my life will be easier. But yeah, I think if you just have a new has I for example, I can see myself in actual doing every day um, something else. Like I still have a second job just because I need to make sure I have some money, because yeah, we all need money, unfortunately. But I cannot spend more than 2 days for a different thing. Like I need to do this all the time. Most of the day that I can.
Yeah, yeah, it is like that. You just have to do it. Sorry, it's my dog.
How is she?
Yeah, she's alright.
Ginormous
Really loud,
dog
as
that you
usual.
have.
Yeah.
Oh. So are you, now that you have, how do you find now that you have a studio in your house? You working more, or you working like the same, or you're like, oh, I have a studio now, so I can do it whenever. So you like not
Well,
working that much.
no, I always working, to be honest. So I would say I'm working the same as I have been in the last 5 years, every day. And I think it's just, like I said, it's like breathing. You just cannot to. You just have to constantly do it.
Yeah. You feel bad if you don't do it, is it? It's just like, oh,
Yeah.
I could do this today. Why did I not do it?
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I did during during the lockdown. I felt like I was doing so much at the beginning, and that's why one of the reasons I started the podcast, because I needed something else to do. I wanted to do something else, um, and I always wanted to start, and I had the time, so I was like, oh, why not? And yeah, it's just I feel like I burn out after a bit, after like these 3-4 months. I've been working so much every day, and I'm like, for a bit I was like, oh, I had like the classic artist block. Like I couldn't think or do um, whatever, like anything. Like I didn't like whatever I was doing. And yeah, one of the reasons why I started is like a little bit more abstractive portrait that I'm doing, that's is more like loose. I'm not focusing that much. I'm just drawing and painting, and whatever happens, it's fine. Which, yeah, it's different what I usually do, because mine it's really methodic. Like it's yeah, it's quite like realistic, so it needs to go in a certain way. But with this, it's a bit more loose. And yeah, what are your plan for like future coming? Do you have any exhibition? Do you have any?
Well, first exhibition, we have provisional dates, which is February. It's in Bath, but obviously nobody knows what will happen exactly. So hopefully it will go ahead. But with this COVID thing, nobody knows.
So yeah,
I just I will prepare for it, but if it will happen or not, I don't know.
Did you add any online exhibition like I did now?
No, I haven't yet. I applied for open call, the gallery from London. Still waiting to hear from them, and applied for different competitions and stuff. But mainly, I exhibit on Instagram, really. I'm just waiting for February for the big exhibition in Bath, if it will happen, and then see what happened from then, really.
Yeah, I was supposed to have quite a big exhibition in Paris for the drawing week in September. Well, it was supposed to be last March, but they moved in September, of like hoping that all this will change. But then they just moved it for the next year. Sorry, so it's gonna be March 2021. So it's gonna be another like a year waiting for this, which I was so excited. I was going to Paris and doing an exhibition, was so cool. But now I need to just wait and hoping for the best, which sucks.
That's it. I think we're all in the same boat, just hoping for the best.
Yeah. When do you think a little bit of of this is gonna, like, galleries and these things are gonna open up again?
Well, some galleries already start open up, so it's hard to tell really how things will go. So I just, to be honest, I don't really think about it much because it could draw you crazy. But who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, it's a bit sucks. If you do you wanna tell to people where they can find you on Instagram or Facebook or whatever website, if you have one?
Well, I haven't got a website yet. It's still kind of work in the project because I'm not very good with technology, never have been. So it's my big struggle.
Yeah, I remember.
If anybody wants to find my work, then it's best way is to go to Instagram and find LYENA KEENAN, and then you could see all of my work there.
Oh.
I post quite regularly, a few times a day, so
that's great. Cool. Thank you very much, LYENA, for your time. It was great talking
pleasure.
to you after so long.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Nice to talk to you.
Oh, thank you very much. Say hi to your giant dog.
Yeah, will do.
Okay, I'll speak to you later. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
And that was LYENA. Great talk. I think it went good. It was great. Speaking to her after so long, and as I said, I admire her so much. So I was quite happy to have her as my first guest. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. Thank you very much for listening. Don't forget to click the button, subscribe. Take care, guys. Speak to you later from the Artful podcast. I'm out.